at Rami. He's already trying.
He's like, how can I get up there?
He's just trying to get in on the action, you know?
Hi. Oh, he's a good boy.
So he might be worried, like, and that might be him trying to deflect away from a fight. Like, if he knows Rami's going to come over, he might just be like, I'd just rather avoid the situation.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Always.
But then he snaps.
Yeah. But he snaps because he's not allowed to leave the situation and is kind of forced to sit there and not relaxing, right? So if he's saying, I'm really, really uncomfortable, now if we're going to force him to be there, we have to defend him and keep Rami away from looking for trouble.
The only way to separate him is to pick one of them up.
Do you remember like why they got in a fight the other day outside? What started it?
There's no reason.
Look at how he's looking at me.
You had it on your camera.
So see how he'll look to the, I mean, I can only see from the back, right? So he's aware
Rami, come here.
of what Rami is doing, and Rami's being respectful right now.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like, don't make him come over here.
No, he's so alert.
Right.
That's crazy.
So he's saying, I'm not comfortable.
No,
right?
he's not. He's never.
So
He's literally never comfortable. I mean, unless he's in his
like doing his own
tent.
thing.
Hello.
Yeah.
He really likes to
Like right now, he's just
He's
like
just
obeying to
antisocial.
try to get a treat.
Right.
I know.
But if
it's
you
so
can be
hard.
paying attention to how he's telling you how I feel about the scenario. So if you're gonna make me sit here, you either have to protect me. So like, and it's not like he has to stay away, but he can't come over and just like climb on top of him and start being his pushy self. Like if he came over and laid next to you on that side, that'd be okay, right? And then you could try and do that and have it under control, and then see if you can kind of scoot him that way. And if he goes to give a look, you just give him a little like, hey, like you just disagree with something.
He's like two modes. Anxious psycho. That's what I was trying to say. Or anxious, or play like we're now.
So now he's relaxed. That's a better way to pet him. Good. Just be calm and relaxed.
Rami,
about it.
love your
So
brother.
Stay there. So calm. So slow your movements, Pat. There you go.
He doesn't know what that means.
Love your brother.
So the reason we go slower, calmer, because same thing as if we were to touch a human, right? If I'm like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. Right? Oh, sorry. Right? You'd be like, oh, right? It is that feeling, even though, sorry. Difference with me being here is that every time I'm here, I'm very clear in what I allow and what I don't allow. And I spoil them, right? But I am very clear, like, hey, stop that. Okay, now you can have reward. And our goal is always like getting back to relax. Like that's really good. Like they're both falling asleep together.
I'll wake up in the morning and Dinah, Rami will be like on top of Dinah. Like,
Oh. And he's allowing it?
yeah.
Or he's just dead asleep and doesn't realize.
Yeah, the problem is when you try to bring Dino up with you and he's not
In bed, right?
anywhere.
So we should all get into bed together. Is that what we're saying?
Well, no, like this is like, you know,
So slow.
Yeah.
it's okay. You can go.
He's backing up.
I think if you do that more slower, calmly, not so where it's like, yes, we're forcing it, but not in a forced, quick way.
Usually Rami follows us
Yeah.
everywhere we go. So he will be in bed with us.
Okay.
And then Dinah we have to bring up.
Okay.
You know, he does this thing on the stairs that takes him like 10 tries to like get momentum. To
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
weird.
honey.
so
No, like 20.
like sometimes
To be able to make it all the way up?
he'll like
Yeah,
go,
he doesn't go.
and so he'll walk over to his dog bed and
Okay.
sleep there, and then usually he'll jump onto the bed in the middle of the night.
Okay, so he's trying to sneak up when he's not patrolling, but he shouldn't be allowed to patrol.
Right.
It's your bed, not his bed. You see him come up, I would correct him, hey,
He won't even
Go lay down.
He won't even bother.
I'm like, don't you come up here, Veronica. Don't you come up here. Watch what happens when you come up here.
So what do we
and
do
you
to
give
him?
like you give her a goodie and like she comes up and then I pounce
I was
on you.
trying to get the goodie real
Right?
quick. Yeah.
Exactly. Like but you're losing trust that you'll protect him. So I would have him sent away first. Like you would have me like move out of the way, give space for him to come up. So that then you're like, come up, it's safe. That's nice though. Look at you. That's his third mode. That's not anxious or worrying. That's like his personality is working against you because he is much more like independent. I want to do my own thing. So you have to just kind of make it a nice experience and then make it to where he doesn't have someone that's like, don't you come up here when he's like, well, I didn't really want to come up there in the first place.
Yesterday we had
Like, Dino would not.
I would never allow
this.
that.
Yeah.
We call him the slinky.
but then he'll let you do this.
But then the puppy side comes out. Yeah.
That's what I
How
was saying.
is
I want
this
to take her to my mom.
possible? Like this fool would never let you let him sit like
Well,
this
we
on his
could make
back.
him let us do that and teach him to relax, but it just takes time and patience. And
But what's weird is that like he has the more anxiety.
My sister-in-law and they came in through the side with this huge pit bull, and he was so startled
yeah.
by it. I was like, I wish you guys would have texted me. I would have told you, come through the front, take the leashes off, right?
Yeah. Right? We know your guys are good with other dogs coming in
Friendly,
here.
but the dog is like, its name is Tank, and it acts like a tank. Like, it just comes in hot, you know?
So then, I mean, the best case scenario to do in that situation is to like put leashes on, just go for a little bit of a walk around the block.
Right.
And that way, like they can get as close or not as close as they'd like to, and then come in together, and always have like Tank follow them in because it's their house. And that would put Tank in a more respectful state of mind. If people get lucky. If you have 3 dogs that are just super easygoing, you can just free for all, but you can't always do that.
He just sits. We should maybe go for a walk. He hasn't been wanting to walk. He'll just like panic and sit down and get anxious, and then all day he'll come up to us. And
Like,
just
let's
like
do something.
he wants me to pick him up. He wants us to pick him up. He'll slow. When he has anxiety, he moves very slowly.
It's really crazy.
Really, like he'll even walk like a slow fox. He'll follow you into the bathroom. He'll sit on you. It's a completely different dog, and then he'll jump up on you and stand there until you hold him.
As hard as it is, we don't want to be like, it's okay, because then you're saying good boy for being in this mental state. In my opinion, what I would try and do if they were in the middle of a fight is hold back a second to try and gauge. There's always opportunity for us to get bit, but I would try to reach for like their collars. No, so if you want to do that, stay like that. You just kind of
Ronnie, come here.
Slower. Slow there you go. Slow the love down. There you go. There you go. So you're saying to him, if you struggle, I'm going to force you to stay here longer. When you relax, I'm going to loosen, and there's going to be no more pressure on you.
That's what I would like.
Okay.
Headbutting with stitches, you know.
Well, it's not very. Does that look comfy?
See, now we don't have kids.
Don't have kids yet. Put it there. Support. There you go. Nice and slow. There you go. There you go. And now, like when he starts to be more relaxed and is kind of loose, then just let him up. So you're saying when you relax, I'm going to let you up. When you struggle, I'm not going to let you up. And so it changes the brain to be like, okay, I got to just relax in here then.
Right, when you were like, don't grab one of them because you're giving that one attention.
Don't pick him up.
I didn't want to pick him up. I just wanted to stop the dog from doing what it was doing. And you're like, no, you have to separate it.
You picked one up and then you held it and just moved it like above the other one. And so that's where it's not good. Yeah. You grab the worst one first, right? Then you can grab the other one. And the best thing to do would be then come back down to the ground. And if you can, lay them on their side. It's called an alpha roll, but you have to do it only when they're in that fight like that. And it's just you asserting your dominance, but in a calm manner. It has to be, hey, I don't like that behavior. Relax and lay there until I relax. As they relax, then they can get up. So you want to say, I disagree with the chaos, the fighting. I'm encouraging relaxation, and then we let them up again.
Okay, if they're getting possessive over us, we protect him. But if he continues to ground,
Then
he's not
he loses his privilege.
being possessive of you. I tell him he should get up and get away from it. From
So-
the dog that's like,
No,
No.
that's me like.
Then, yeah,
that's
that's you
me
giving
letting
up.
them win.
Right.
Like it's all logic and common
Yeah.
sense.
no,
to me.
you said earlier that.
So let the dog move away.
But
Right,
what if they're
so if
not?
he's
Or
What if he's
make
just sitting
the
there and
dog-
growling?
Then I would send him away. He's willing to go away that way. Good. If Rami then continues to come, if Rami then continues to come, no, Rami, you can't keep going
No,
when he's
just
saying I'm walking away.
We need to tell these dogs what we need them to do with love.
Yes.
The same way we would any human being. It's all the same.